You're watching the SEC Women's Tournament on ESPN from Bon Secours Wellness Arena in Greenville, South Carolina. And today, the top two seeds meet up for the championship in a rematch of last year's title game in which South Carolina won their second in a row. And we welcome you to Greenville. Pam Ward, along with Hall of Fame coach Gail Gestencourt, Steffi Sorensen will join us soon. This is definitely must-see TV. Two great teams, but you have to see A'ja Wilson play.
Absolutely. A'ja Wilson, two-time SEC Player of the Year, and she's got it all. It starts with her defense. She can block shots. She can defend you anywhere. Offensively, she's got game, the face-up game, but she will pound down low on the block where it will be a war. You must see A'ja Wilson.
And she has really picked up the slack. Elena Coates nursing a hurt ankle, and A'ja Wilson's numbers just keep going up and up. Steffi Sorensen now has more on the big little leader for Mississippi State.
Yeah, Pam, Morgan Williams has been absolutely dominant here in this SEC tournament, and Vic Schaefer points to a conversation he had with his point guard on communication. He actually referenced Dak Prescott, former Bulldog quarterback, and now a star for the Dallas Cowboys, and the way that he would audible on the goal line, get his teammates in situations where they could be successful, and it's that type of communication that he really wanted and demanded from his point guard in Morgan Williams, and it's safe to say that talk has really paid off.
She has been absolutely spectacular. No turnovers in the first two games of this SEC tournament. A'ja Wilson wins the tip. It goes to Kayla Davis. They have a freshman point guard with the ball, Tyesha Harris, and Bianca Cuevas-Moore starting today and traveling right off the bat. Elena Coates will not play. The star center played 4 minutes yesterday in the semifinal. There's a good look at her in the win over Kentucky, and tweaked her right ankle, so she is out. And Dawn Staley has decided to go smaller with Cuevas-Moore in the starting lineup.
Yeah, and I think it's because we all know Mississippi State brings the heat defensively. They pick up full court for 40 minutes. And she put Cuevas-Moore in for an extra ball handler.
And Victoria Vivians, the leading scorer for Mississippi State, is not having a good tournament. She missed that first shot, held ball, it goes over to the Bulldogs. Vivians missed her first shot of this game. Dawn Staley already getting into the lifesavers, seeking her third straight SEC tournament title, and that would tie Pat Summitt. And Tennessee is the only schools to win 3 straight SEC titles, and she is aware of that.
Yes, that's pretty special company you're talking about with Pat Summitt.
Cuevas-Moore commits the foul on Morgan Williams. Cuevas-Moore making her 13th start of the season.
And Cuevas-Moore has been playing so well off the bench. It'll be interesting to see how she does starting. Now, we've already seen a turnover and a foul, so she's going to have to play under control in this starting role.
These two teams met once in the regular season. Mississippi State lost. It was their first loss of the season after starting a record for them, 20-0. Cuevas-Moore forced that turnover. We are about 100 miles north of Columbia, and you can tell there's a lot of South Carolina fans in the stands. Kayla Davis had a very good semifinal.
And I think Kayla Davis is the X factor for South Carolina. Cuevas-Moore can be, but she's been so consistent lately. We've seen Kayla Davis in the last game. She was outstanding. If she can be consistent with her offense and defense, look out.
She is 2 for 2. Kayla Davis, the transfer from Georgia Tech. In yesterday's semi, 17 points, 4 assists and no turnovers. She's off to a great start today.
Yeah, Pam, I've talked to Kayla Davis about this process of her coming from Georgia Tech, sitting out, and then now a starting position for the Gamecocks. She said it's best for me if I hit my first shot. I feel like I can really get going, so she's already got 2 today.
Yep, she's hit her first 2, and Mississippi State falling behind here 4-0.
And you can see early on they're trying to get Vivians off. They've gone to her several times on the offensive end.
Vic Schaefer already with so many things in this record-breaking season. 29 wins, most ever. And Kayla Davis is beyond red hot. And Vic Schaefer decided not to take a timeout. Corey with the screen. Richardson with the good look gets Mississippi State on the board. Brianna had 12 points in the regular season matchup between these two teams.
And 7 rebounds, and that's an area I expect Mississippi State to dominate in this game, rebounding without Elena Coates. But right now, they've got to get their defense set.
And that's something that they usually are very good at. Asia Wilson with the bucket. Mississippi State best scoring defense in the SEC. Corey inside. And Gray got the rebound, went down as Richardson went in and grabbed the ball. The partisan crowd wanting a foul on that.
Asia Wilson, just so many moves. She's so skilled down on that low block. But then you look at Kayla Davis. When she's feeling it, like I said, you better look out. And I'm saying look out. She's already 3 for 3.
Very much a streaky shooter, has been all season long. Harris found a little bit of room. That's all she needed. And Vic Schaefer has seen enough. He's called the timeout. He's taken off his jacket. South Carolina out of the blocks quickly, up 10-2. Welcome back. South Carolina off to a great start. They have not missed a shot.
Yeah, and it started with their defense. Excellent job on the inside, the outside, and they're pushing in transition. They've got it going on. Kayla Davis is feeling good. She's got the stop and pop going, and you know Asia Wilson's going to go to work on the inside.
So Vic Schaefer had to call the timeout, and Morgan Williams committed the first 2 turnovers of her SEC tournament, and South Carolina converted them into 4 points. Williams with the miss, good rebound by Richardson, who gets in terrific energy and a chance for a 3-point play. Vic Schaefer, after calling a timeout, had this to say.
You're not playing hard, and you're hurting me down there. I'm not going to tolerate it. So you can make up your mind. Right now, you're either going to play our way or you're not. I am not going to stink this up the first dadgum quarter like we did 2 weeks ago. We've got to attack.
Schaefer is referencing 1 week ago, actually, when they played their final home game, and Tennessee won 82-64, but really was getting them from the very beginning.
Yeah, and sometimes when players are a little nervous, as a coach, when you get impassioned and say this is not going to happen, you take away their fear a little bit and get them aggressive, get them motivated. And I see Richardson in particular. She's the one that I feel like is ready to play on this team.
And Rashonda Johnson already has come off the bench. And Wilson catches it down there. It's lights out.
And again, that's too deep. Give credit to South Carolina. Excellent movement with their offense. Everybody's got one eye. They've got 4 guards in, so they're spreading the floor and just letting Asia work on the inside.
Richardson has all 5 points for Mississippi State. Gives it up to Morgan Williams. Dillingham creates a little bit of space. And Kayla Davis comes up with it. A foul called on Richardson for the Bulldogs. And look who is on the bench.
Yeah, for Vivians to be pulled out this early. She hasn't been playing well, but Vic Schaefer said in their last game, even though she didn't shoot well, he liked her defense. So in this game, clearly, he's not liking her defense or her offense.
She has taken 1 shot and has missed it. Vivian's a first-team All-SEC performer this year, leading scorer on this team. But just 15 points in the first 2 games of this tournament. And South Carolina continues to be the aggressor.
And I really like when Cuevas, Moore, and Harris are in together. It's 2 great ball handlers. Harris becomes more aggressive looking for her shot when Cuevas is in the game with her.
Harris starting her 21st game of the season as a true freshman. She is from Indiana. And a foul down low. They're going to get a Corey for the offensive foul.
Yeah, Asia Wilson showing why she was on the all-defensive team. She was Defensive Player of the Year in the SEC last year. but she's really improved her defense this year.
Very, very smart player. And Harris goes out. Dawn Staley bringing in Danye Kleine, number 4. And the 6th player of the year in the SEC is in, Tiara McCowan. And that's the first mistake that Kayla Davis has made.
And that happens sometimes when you press. You might not get a steal, but you can speed the other team up to going a little bit faster than they're used to and get a quick shot, which might be a bad shot or a turnover.
So McCowan, number 15 for Mississippi State, more of an offensive threat than Okori. And 6'7", terrific size. Matched up now. Down low with Asia Wilson. And Wilson out-battles her for the rebound.
South Carolina's defense right now is exceptional.
Alicia Gray. Rebound taken down by Johnson. Nice pass to Richardson. Nick Schaefer's gotten some quality minutes from Rashonda Johnson off the bench. South Carolina has now missed a couple of shots in a row. Morgan Williams directing traffic. Count on the double team, gets fouled.
A nice job in transition. Johnson getting the ball down into Richardson. That's what they need to do. A&M, they're born to run. And the thing is, Vic Schaefer talked about the fact that we're built for tournament play because they are so deep. And we see right now, McCowan at the free throw line. She got the first foul on Asia Wilson. You come in off the bench with somebody who's 6'7", the 6th woman of the year this year in the SEC. But Asia Wilson's going to have her hands full because she's going to have to defend a variety of low block players without Elena Coates available.
Gray goes out. Harris quickly back in for South Carolina. And Elena Coates, a very important player. But the first time these two teams played, both Okori and McCowan fouled out for Mississippi State. McCowan in only 18 minutes. And Okori took even less, 15 minutes, and she fouled out. But they don't have that second big in Elena Coates on the floor. Two for two from the line.
And there's another turnover with that pressure.
4 turnovers already for Mississippi State.
Yeah, remember Vic Schaefer said this game is about toughness and resilience. This is our 3rd game in 3 days. Yes, it will be tough. Yes, there will be fatigue. It'll also be about runs. Who will be resilient enough to respond as South Carolina got off to a hot start, but Mississippi State's starting to feel it here.
Johnson with the miss, McCowan follows.
Yeah, I mean, McCowan has come in and had an immediate impact.
Mississippi State having some issues with the pressure, but a nice little counter run for the Bulldogs, who've scored the last 6.
And McCowan, nice job. Just a little push off underneath. That's what the big girls do. Go get it, keep it up, put it in.
Trayvon Moore with another giveaway. And Morgan Williams, the smallest player on the floor, listed at 5'5". She's not, but she's really, really good. And it's now an 8-0 run. They have a ball game. They're down 1.
Just really impressed with how Mississippi State has responded coming out of that timeout.
Asia Wilson couldn't get it to fall, and Richardson's all over the place.
And that's just the presence of 6'7" McCowan.
Rick Schaefer's out on the court directing traffic. There's no way they can hear him over this crowd.
And he's jumping up, trying to get their attention. He wants to get a particular set.
Johnson drives and is called for the walk.
And Dillingham, she does the little things. two-time all-defensive SEC player, and that's why. Getting the ball up, Morgan Williams, she knows what to do with it. And we saw South Carolina in their practice this morning working on this press. They wanted to attack the press. Use a post to set a screen for your guard and then head down the floor and attack.
South Carolina's missed 3 straight shots after hitting their first 7. Kayla Davis in and out. Herbert-Harrigan took it away from McCowan. 2-on-2 now. Johnson waits for some help. Holmes measures it up and missed everything. And a foul upcoming on South Carolina. Kayla Davis with her first. 4th team foul, so the next one puts Mississippi State on the line. Alicia Gray, one of the starters, comes back in for Kleining. Brianna Richardson with most of the points for Mississippi State. And another turnover. That's the 5th of the quarter for the Bulldogs. They only had 7 turnovers total against Texas A&M in the semis, none of them by their starters.
And this is a good matchup. If you got Asia Wilson on McCowan, she could drive right by her. I'd like to see her in the high post area and attack.
Monday on March 13th, that's a week from tomorrow, we have the exclusive live announcement of the 64-team NCAA Women's Championship field, 7 Eastern time, a bonus hour of coverage at 8 Eastern on ESPNU. Selection special presented by Capital One, streams live on the ESPN app and watch ESPN.
Yeah, and I think we've got a shot. The SEC has a shot to get 2 teams as #1 seeds.
But in order for that to happen, Mississippi State would have to win this game. Right now, Charlie Cream has them projected as 2. Gray, in and out. Richardson.
Richardson is all over the place. I'm loving her offense, attacking. She is what's called a running rebounder, and that means she goes and runs and gets the ball wherever it is.
6'1" senior who graduated in just 3.5 years. Neither William nor Vivians is out there for Mississippi State. Johnson, nothing doing. McCowan was able to handle it originally. And a foul on Mississippi State after the takeaway. It's on Dominique Dillingham, her first. Shot clock is off. Cuevas Moore, who is really fast, goes out for Asia Wilson, so this is a really small lineup.
That's smart by Dawn Staley. Take your SEC Player of the Year out at the end of the quarter. Give her a break.
Asia also has 1 foul. Kayla Davis with the ball. Cuevas Moore for 3 at the buzzer. And Mississippi State, after falling behind early, ended with a flourish, an 8-0 run to make it a 1-point game in the SEC Championship.
Welcome back here to Greenville, and Coach Schaefer, your team was able to fight back after that first media timeout. What was the key?
Well, I just think we needed to settle down. We didn't get any stops. I mean, got to play defense on this end. I was disappointed in some of our energy and made some substitutions. We got back after it and then made some good decisions on offense. Big T came in, gave us some good second chance points.
All right, Coach, thank you.
All right, go Dogs.
Big T, Tiara McCowan, who came in with 4 points and 2 rebounds.
Yeah, she didn't accept. She changed the game on offense and defense with her 4 points, but it was her presence on the defensive end that really made a difference.
So Mississippi State ended that quarter on an 8-0 run. And Vic Schaefer still has Vivians and William, his best scorer and point guard, on the bench to start the second quarter. Dillingham, she's a battler. And Mississippi State leads for the first time. Jasmine Holmes, 10-0 run. Showing faith in his bench, and they have come through. Vivians and Morgan William have only 1 point between them. Davis had a quick start, and that snaps that 10-2 run.
Davis really playing under control, taking what the defense is giving her.
Lob into 6'7", Big T.
Excellent pass. Good catch and finish.
Cowan's made a huge difference since she came in the last 5 minutes of the first quarter. She was the 6th player of the year in the SEC this season. Asia Wilson still on the bench for South Carolina. Elena Coates will not play because of the bad ankle. That's nice inside.
That's where Tierra McCowan got caught. She wanted to help. As soon as she stepped over, she helped. Nobody helped her.
Try to go to the well once too often. 6th turnover for State. Victoria Vivians comes back in. She only played 3 minutes in the first quarter and did not score. Morgan William also is back in.
And that's what happens when you've got the depth that Vic Schaefer has. If somebody's not playing to the level you expect them to play, you can take them out. And the subs did a remarkable job.
It was the subs that went on that big run to get the lead. Harris, the freshman point guard, gets it up to Herbert-Harrigan, and that's a charge. First foul on her.
And Herbert-Harrigan, she knows she's got the advantage speed-wise, but excellent team defense.
And you saw her do that charge. Richardson, she's doing everything.
All over the place.
So Herbert-Harrigan goes out, and here's your 2-time SEC Player of the Year back in, Asia Wilson. Had 4 points, a couple of steals in the first quarter. Blair Schaefer with the ball in her hands. Long-range shooter for the Bulldogs. Single digits on the shot clock. William over to Schaefer, who puts it up. Off the rim, tipped, and a foul on Vivians. They're going to say she went over the back.
And that's where Vivians, she's coming in trying to be more aggressive. She knows her coach needs her to be aggressive. Unfortunately, it worked against her on that instant.
Victoria Vivians having a very subpar SEC tournament now, 5 of 21 from the floor.
Just averaging 7.5 points a game, and she averages 17 on the season.
Had just 1 field goal in their first game against LSU in the quarters. Davis has been hot and continues. That's a 2. That's Dad Antonio cheering on his little girl. Great NBA career, analyst for ESPN. William was in trouble when she picked up her dribble.
Cuevas has played exceptional defense on William. It's one of the few times William has someone on the floor that's as quick as she is. It is a war down on that block. I'm expecting a foul call here any minute.
Wilson and McCowan going after it. Now Wilson sets the screen, tries to roll. Schaefer bumped her off. And Richardson quickly got rid of it before the ball could be tied up. Vivian's way off again.
Cuevas, she's having an exceptional evening on both ends of the floor, finding her open teammate. A month ago, Cuevas would have been the one trying to take that shot and force it. Daddy's proud.
Cuevas Moore getting this start. Elena Coates out again, and Dawn Staley chose to start Cuevas Moore instead of Herbert-Harrigan. There's Elena Coates. Has her foot in a boot. She's got championship rings on her fingers. They're looking for another one here. Asia Wilson has never not won the SEC championship.
That's all she knows. No coincidence at all. She is a warrior.
Oh, Vivian's ran into that screen. Nothing called. Now we get a call, and it's a charge on Gray. That is 2 on Alicia, who is yet to score.
Great job by Schaefer.
It's another specialty of Schaefer, isn't it?
She takes pride in taking those charges.
South Carolina up 20-17. That was Asia Wilson getting in the way and tipping the lob. Good ball movement. Kayla Davis feed the hot hand.
That's when you know a team is in sync. When they're all on the same page, finding the hot hand, making the extra pass.
And she already has her tournament average. Just 25 minutes into this game, or 15 minutes into the game. And another one and done for Mississippi State. Tara Chappell, number 13, guarding Davis now. South Carolina has scored the last 8 points of the game. Wilson can't make it 10. Vivian streaks in for the rebound. Vivian's still can't get one to fall.
No, and she's just not shooting with the confidence we've seen her shoot with all year long.
They did not need her big-time scoring against LSU and then Texas A&M, but you got to figure if they have any chance to beat South Carolina, they're going to need Victoria Vivians. Bonnie got clobbered. Timeout on the floor. South Carolina on a nice run. They lead now by 6. Anya Kleine at the line. The Newark, New Jersey native hits them both. And now Mississippi State has fallen behind by 8. And you know who's back on the bench? Victoria Vivians. We can say it together, like Holder and Kathy did.
Really nice set run coming out of that break.
Asia Wilson D'ing up McCowan.
Asia's doing it all. She's helping the officials even make calls. She's got it going on. She knows. That pass was just too slow, and Asia Wilson was too quick.
Off the foot of McCowan. Yeah, and Asia's like, see, it was off her foot. Even the pantomime to get her message home. So Mississippi State with 2 more turnovers today than they had all of yesterday in the semifinal win over Texas A&M.
And Morgan Williams has 4 more turnovers today than she has in the entire tournament combined.
Which is 4. 0 turnovers in her first 2 games. 4 already in the first half. But South Carolina, a totally different opponent. Kayla Davis. Off the mark, McCowan tips it to herself. Great crowd on hand here in Greenville. A lot of them. They're loud, and they want to see that confetti come down again like they did last year, the last 2 years. McCowan, they keep going to her, and finally, she got another one to fall. They would be in trouble without her.
Yeah, much better job today, just keeping the ball high. 6'7", just a sophomore.
Couple inches taller than Asia Wilson. South Carolina running the weave. Davis, double teamed, gave it up to Herbert-Harrigan.
And Herbert-Harrigan was so good yesterday. Career high 17 points versus Kentucky. She's really come on strong towards the end of the year.
Was 7 of 8 from the floor and also had a couple of blocks, and that was an exciting game. Kentucky was in it until a big run by South Carolina at the end of the fourth. Asia Wilson again. Getting in there to knock away the passes.
And Kayla Davis. And again, this is where she's grown her game. Seeing her teammates not forcing those shots.
Getting the assist in the regular season matchup against Mississippi State, it was a different story. Davis was just 1 of 9 from the floor. Missed all 6 of her threes. She has not missed many today. Shot clock winding down. Richardson finally recognized it. And another turnover.
And that's where she wasn't aware of the time on the clock until it was too late.
Cuevas Moore got stuffed by Dillingham, who's just a terrific defensive player. But the possession arrow keeps it with Carolina. Taisha Harris coming in for Cuevas Moore. Herbert-Harrigan at first thought she was going out. So point guard change for South Carolina. Davis missed off the inbounds, and Dillingham, who's a good rebounding guard, gets it.
South Carolina switching on screens. Nice job. Look inside. You got to get the ball to the high post area, though, so there's no help.
Richardson was hot early for Mississippi State. Missed that. It stays with the Bulldogs. And we'll get a fresh 30 seconds on the shot clock. Two best defensive teams in the SEC. Relatively low scoring first half. Wilson with the foul on Vivians, who is back in.
And that's a good job by Vivians. You know, you're not hitting your outside shot. Stay aggressive, go to the basket, try to get something easy from the free throw line and get your confidence back.
That is 2 on Asia Wilson. Bianca Cuevas Moore comes in to check in for Asia. So here's the small lineup again for South Carolina. Vivians finally gets her first point with 1:08 left in the half.
But we've seen before, she can score in bunches.
So no Asia Wilson in for South Carolina. Boy, that was almost a walk as Kleine ran into Harris. They get the turnover anyway. Toria Vivian sitting on the bench for much of this game. There's a bump and count it. Exactly what you said. You drive, you get to the hoop, you get fouled, that's how you score.
This is the Victoria Vivians we're used to seeing. She's strong, athletic, aggressive, and you can see that's what he's been waiting for, Coach Schaefer.
Vivians has been a bit passive in the first couple of games here, settling for outside shots, but since she came back in, she has been different here in the second quarter. It's only a 3-point game. Cuevas Moore found some space, and Dillingham gets another rebound.
Morgan Williams, that's what a great point guard does. She's going to milk the clock. She wants to make sure they get a good set. Vivians has just hit 2. I'd run a little flare screen for her. Get her look at the basket.
Or you go to McCowan because Asia Wilson's not in, but she missed it. Cuevas Moore faster than anybody in the building. Morgan Williams puts up the floater and scores right before the buzzer. South Carolina up 3 after the first half of the SEC Championship game. The 2 best teams in the league giving us a good competitive game.
And Morgan Williams, we thought Cuevas Moore was the fastest. I'm not sure. This is a track meet.
Maybe we can see them go head-to-head. Dawn Staley is with Steffi Sorensen.
Coach Kayla Davis was so effective at setting the tone in this game. What did you see from her?
I mean, she was out being aggressive, and I like what she's doing. I like she's going to the basket. She's got a lot of rhythm to her game right now, just shooting the ball from the outside. We just got to keep it going and get her some more looks.
What would you like to see more from your team in this second half?
Well, I'd like for us to be more patient. You know, sometimes we're taking quick shots, and it's leading to easy transition buckets for them. So let's be a little bit more poised on the offensive end and attack the basket.
Thank you so much for your time.
3-point lead for Dawn Staley's Gamecocks. You are watching the SEC Women's Tournament on ESPN from Bon Secours Wellness Arena in Greenville, South Carolina. Championship game about to get underway in the second half. The defending champs with a 3-point lead over Mississippi State. In a match of last year's championship game, Pam Ward along with Gail Gestencourt as the Hall of Fame coach. South Carolina got off to a really fast start in this one.
Well, they did, and it was because of Kayla Davis. She came to play, started with 13 points. She did it in a variety of ways. She was so aggressive to the basketball. Loved the way she took control, drove to the basket, that nice little floater, and then she got her 3-game going. A little bit of everything. She's feeling it. And then Mississippi State came back. They finished with a 7-2 run to end the half. And it was the big girl inside. And then Victoria Vivians finally got going. That's what she does. But it ended, Little Morgan Williams with the big game, hit the bucket at the buzzer.
To make it a 3-point advantage, we had 4 lead changes in that first half. South Carolina trying to get its 3rd straight SEC tournament title, something only Tennessee has done. Mississippi State's never won an SEC tournament in any women's sport. Victoria Vivians with the score. Vic Schaefer wanted to foul but didn't get it, so Vivians didn't score until there was 1:08 left in the second quarter, and now she has 7 points.
And when Vivian scores, it's just not her confidence, the entire confidence of the team rises.
Kayla Davis. Talk about confidence. She thinks anything she puts up is going to go in, but that shot was forced. And now Morgan Williams going to hang on to it.
But I love these 2 big wings guarding each other, both so skilled. Vivians and Davis.
Elena Coates will not play today. She tweaked her ankle yesterday in the semifinal win over Kentucky. Vivians with the miss. Dawn Staley going with Cuevas Moore in the starting lineup. Kayla Davis not going to miss 2 in a row.
And Vivians didn't close out on her. Davis said, respect the game.
Richardson was hot early in the quarter to keep Mississippi State close. Early in the first quarter. McCowan knocks it away. Williams at full speed, pulls up.
And that's what happens. Cuevas Moore, she went for the steal. If you're going to go for the steal in the open court, you better get it. If not, nobody else can stay with Morgan Williams. can see now Dillingham has switched, and she's now defending Davis. She's their best defensive player.
Asia Wilson had 4 points in the first half and put in that jumper over McCowan. McCowan getting the start. And William heating up. Morgan William had 4 turnovers in the first half, which is uncharacteristic for her, but she is scoring. So McCowan starting this half in favor of usual starter Chinwe Akuri. Davis, charge. That is 3 on Kayla Davis.
Richardson stepping over. And this is the defense that Vic Schaefer wants to see. He loves to pressure you. He wants you to drive out of control because he trusts his defense to step over and take that charge.
Kayla's dad, Antonio, in the stands, and she's going to sit down with the 3 personal fouls. In comes Makia Herbert-Harrigan, who had 4 in the first half. William is red hot. Vivians and William have combined now for the last 15 Bulldog points, and we are tied up. First tie of the game. Asia Wilson, when the going gets tough, she gets going.
That's exactly right. When the going gets tough, go into Asia Wilson.
She wants the ball. She's a little extra inspired with Elena Coates out. The lob, McCowan somehow was able to catch it and put it in. It was foul.
McCowan, she just continues to improve her game. Going inside, might have been a little walk. She had to gather herself. Vic Schaefer loving it. Dawn Staley's not loving it. She was very upset.
And even more upset because that was the 3rd personal foul on her superstar, Asia Wilson. Aisha Harris shaken up a little bit.
Foul called on Richardson. You gotta let the offensive player come down.
Mississippi State leading 37-36 in front of a partisan crowd in Greenville, South Carolina. That's another charge on the Gamecocks, this time on Harris.
And this is where South Carolina, they've got the pull-up jumper. A little bit stepping over.
Wilson with the steal. Dawn Staley deciding to keep Asia in there with the 3 personal fouls. Good move.
She trusts Asia Wilson. Asia Wilson is one of the smartest players you'll see.
Dave Moore able to use her quickness to get inside. Lead back to Carolina. Dillingham passes it out and throws it to the Mississippi State bench. Elena Coates got all those championship rings on her fingers, but she is just doing that, cheering. Re-injured her ankle in the semifinal yesterday against Kentucky. Just played 4 minutes after she did not play at all against Georgia in the quarterfinal, which was Carolina's first game of this tournament.
And we talked to Dawn Staley about what it would mean not having her out there. And she said these big games, that's when she shines. And she is such a presence on the inside and rebounds the ball. You're talking about a double-double sitting on the sidelines right now.
Leading rebounder in the SEC. Dillingham has not scored. Keep going inside to McCowan. And a foul called on Brianna Richardson, who has just picked up her 3rd personal foul. Got a good one going on in the SEC Championship game. You think Vic Schaefer wants this game?
You get ready to play. You hear me? You play your hardest. Don't stand. You hear me? You got to play great today for us. Hey, Tierra, you're starting. Get your mind right. I'm coming right to you right off the box. Give it to her.
So Tierra McCowan, who did get the start in the second half, and you see what she has done today. And Vic Schaefer, when we talked to him this morning at shoot-around, said he was most concerned about the matchup with Asia Wilson. Chinwe Okorie, who started on her, and McCowan's taller, a bit more athletic and quicker, and it's paid off so far for the Bulldogs.
Well, that's what he said. He was concerned about matchups, but he said, you know what? They've got to be concerned with their matchup with some of our bigs as well.
And McCowan is quite an athlete.
Well, yesterday, Don Staley talked about missing Elena Coates and that physicality, and right now we're seeing that, where Asia Wilson having to do so much with just McCowan. When you throw in Elena Coates, she brings that added toughness, that grit that they're missing down low in the post.
Well, that's absolutely right. Coates is just so strong and physical on the inside. She's a presence very similar to McCowan, but more skilled at this point.
18 seconds left on the shot clock for Mississippi State. South Carolina has used that quicker lineup often, especially with Coates hurt. A lot of people like that style of play, but Don Staley reiterated that the rebounding and the hustle plays and all that other stuff suffers. Shot clock winding down. Morgan Williams dribbles around the big people, which is everybody on the floor compared to her.
And she's feeling it in the second half.
Such a fun player to watch. Over her season average, but her turnovers are up. Her mom, Monica, is in the stands. Made the trip from Alabama, where they live. Herbert-Harrigan decides to put up a confident shot. South Carolina back on top.
And I would look for Mississippi State to continue to go inside to the big girl. Try to get Asia Wilson to pick up another foul.
That's right, Asia Wilson out there with 3 personals. Vivians with the drive, and there's a charge on her.
Yeah, she used that little left elbow just to push, see right there, just to push off a little bit. Nice defense.
Cuevas Moore and Harrison at the same time, and this has become a charge fest. Dillingham drew that one. A barrage of charges in this game.
And this is Vic Schaefer's defense. This is what he always preaches. And I can tell you, when he was at Texas A&M with Gary Blair and he was in charge of their defense, this is exactly what they did to their opponents when they won that national championship.
Vivians being guarded by Alicia Gray. Much more aggressive since she was benched for much of the first half. Wilson working on McCowan, who's able to come up with the rebound. Just a little bit of a screen by McCowan. That was halfway down, but Big T.
Big T is feeling it.
3-point lead, largest of the game for Mississippi State. Wilson wants it. A miss by Herbert-Harrigan. And the Mississippi State fans making some noise. Far outnumbered by the Carolina fans. What a feed! William drew the defense and dished it off for an easy 2 to McCowan.
And Dawn Staley, I think she's going to want to get a timeout here and regroup a little bit.
She does exactly that. Timeout on the floor. Mississippi State on a 6-0 run. Final Four will be in Dallas. And how about the Belmont Bruins? 21 straight games. They're punching their first ticket to the NCAA tournament. Only UConn has a longer winning streak, and it's a lot longer. Congratulations, Muffin McGraw's team does it again as they thumped Duke to win the ACC championship again. They've won it every year they've been in there. And Maryland plays Purdue, who upset Ohio State yesterday in the final. That'll be on ESPN2 tonight. And at 9 Eastern, you get to see what should be a really good Pac-12 championship game, Stanford and Oregon State. Oregon State trying to win back-to-back championships, but my broadcasting partner here likes Stanford in that game, right?
I do. I just have a good feeling about Stanford and Tara and winning championships. She knows how to do it.
All that good stuff coming up on ESPN2. Caleb Davis picks up where she left off.
Really smart play by Kleine. Made the extra pass. She had that shot, but she said, I know who's hitting tonight.
Davis on the bench for much of the third quarter with 3 personal fouls. Now has 19 points, and the fans starting to get vocal. Libyans guarded by Davis. They go right into McCowan, who has it blocked by Wilson.
And that was an excellent play coming out of the quarter break. Good patience, got the ball inside just where you want it. But Asia Wilson made a better play.
And McCowan was called for her first foul after Wilson blocked her shot. Now Wilson on the offensive end, and McCowan's picked up 2 quick ones.
And this is where we've been waiting to see Asia Wilson really drive from whether or not it's that high post area, which we just saw, or that baseline. That's the advantage that she has over McCowan, is her speed and quickness. She's saying, Coach, I'm okay.
Yeah, because she sees that Chinwe Okore is on the sideline about to come in. Asia Wilson, who grew up very close to Columbia in Hopkins, South Carolina. What a great get she was for Dawn Staley. Great personality, very affable young lady. Hits them both.
South Carolina goes zone here, so they're changing up their defense.
Carolina scored the first 5 points of this quarter, our 3rd tie of the game. William took an extra step. They got her. In effect, or at least in theory, this is a neutral court. But in effect, it is not. Again, we're about 100 miles from the campus of South Carolina, and this place has a lot of garnet.
Yeah, Asia Wilson said yesterday after the game, it was so loud in here, I thought it was a home game for us.
Said her ears were ringing. First SEC tournament title in school history. If the Bulldogs win, South Carolina is going for its 3rd in a row. Wilson gets around to Corey. Here comes Asia.
And it's been the pinch post area for Asia Wilson. She's using her strength, her speed, her quickness, and her determination to score.
We got Dillingham on the call, an 8-0 run to start the 4th quarter. Dillingham. Richardson called for the foul on the block out.
Pleading her case.
The fourth foul on Richardson and the fourth team foul. So the next one puts Carolina on the line for the rest of the quarter. Mississippi State, by the way, has not hit a three. They are 0 for 10 in this game.
And they make 5.5 a game, so it's really surprising they're doing as well as they are without hitting any threes.
Wilson with the miss, Davis aggressively in for the rebound, but Dillingham swiped it away. And McCowan's going to come back in at the next whistle for the Bulldogs. Shot clock is dying. Vivian challenges Wilson. Didn't work out.
And when it's winning time, and it is right now, that's when the cream rises. And we're seeing Wilson rise above on offense and defense, taking control of this game.
Cross court to Davis, who has been the shooting star, but that missed everything. Morgan Williams, one of the best in the business at that little pull-up jumper. And yes, that's her nickname. Itty bitty, hitting two. Got a great one going on in Greenville. A lot of runs today, Gail Gustin, of course.
Yeah, Vic Schaefer, you heard him talk to his team earlier. It was going to be a game of runs, and you had to stay resilient. And they have. This has been an unbelievable game, and both teams is back and forth. It's really comes down to who's going to have the last run.
South Carolina was outscored by 8 in the third quarter, and they started this fourth quarter on an 8-2 run. Asia Wilson got it knocked away by McCowan, who then stuffed Alicia Gray. Alicia Gray, by the way, has not scored in this game.
But I like that Dawn Staley is putting the ball in Asia Wilson's hands at the top of the key and let her move with the ball, make some decisions.
McCowan is back in the game, number 15 for Mississippi State, working against Asia Wilson. Davis with the rebound. Wilson and Davis have combined for 32 of South Carolina's 48 points. McCowan stepped in front of Wilson to take it away.
See if they can get the ball into McCowan on this possession.
Vivian's with the drive, and a foul called out on the perimeter against South Carolina. More specifically against Tyesha Harris, who picks up her second.
Look for this flex cut right here.
Good defense by Davis to keep Vivians from shooting. Richardson got a great look and couldn't put it home. Wilson fouled by McCowan.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was a foul. Let's look inside. Not much. Those two have been battling all night long.
Third one on McCowan. And South Carolina in the bonus. Asia Wilson gets to the line about 6 times a game. That is best on this team. South Carolina is a team that has made more free throws than their opponents have attempted all season.
And right now we've got, I think, an interesting stat. So South Carolina has only lost the battle of points in the paint 3 times over the course of this season, and they've lost all 3 games. Right now, they're down 2 in points in the paint.
So Dillingham goes out for Jasmine Holmes in the Mississippi State backcourt. Wilson gives him a 3-point lead. Elena Coates cheering from the sideline. Asia Wilson has not missed from the free throw line tonight.
You can see Asia Wilson, she doesn't even go out to guard McCowan. She knows she's coming right back inside.
Both McCowan and Wilson have 3 personals, the 2 bigs. And a drive by Johnson. Shonda Johnson's first bucket.
And that's when that pressure can get to you. We saw it cause problems for South Carolina early on, and then they did a great job handling it for the majority of the game. And now late in the game, when you're a little mentally and physically fatigued, you got to stay focused. Focus to the finish.
1-point game. Johnson thought about it. Now she will put up the 3, and it bounces off the rim. Harris, the freshman point guard.
Asia Wilson, she wants the ball up that high post. Give it to her. Or Harris shoot the 3. That's a big shot for a freshman.
It sure is. Shot clock was winding down, and Harris hits only her 22nd 3 of the season. Gray took it away. Charge. Don't count the bucket.
Dawn Staley is incensed. Yeah, I might have to agree with Dawn Staley. It looked like she was still moving. That's a tough call.
Looked like you almost could have more of an argument for a travel than for a charge, but either way, it's Gray's third. 3.5 to go. William challenges Wilson. And the ball on top of the backboard, so it goes over to South Carolina.
You can challenge a lot of players. I don't know if I would challenge Wilson.
Especially someone who is probably 1.5 feet taller than you are. Kayla Davis with the drive this time. What a game she has had. Timeout, Bulldogs. Lots to check out this week on ESPNW.com with China Robinson's Around the Rim podcast. Complete championship week coverage, and the hand clap hoopla challenge continues. And with China talking about some of the conferences that aren't in the Power 5. And Steffi Sorensen was a guest, dropping some knowledge. Bracketology right now, according to Charlie Cream. Obviously, this is a huge game with South Carolina right now slotted as the weakest 4. And if Mississippi State can come back and win this, and if Oregon State doesn't beat Stanford, a lot of ifs, a lot of basketball still to be played. Including 3 minutes and 7 seconds in this one, but it's a 6-point advantage for the top seed.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Mississippi State doesn't run the same set they ran to start the half.
Blocked by Gray. second game in a row that Alicia Gray has come up with big plays down the stretch. Kentucky got close late in the fourth quarter of the semi, and she came up with some big plays, and she's done the same thing today. Not scoring, but doing other things that are just as crucial.
And I like this two-man game, clear out the side with Wilson and Davis.
Huge offensive rebound for Wilson. Dawn says calm it down. Harris running the point for most of this quarter. We've not seen Cuevas more in a while. Vivian's tipped it. Shot clock at 3. Kleine throws it in. Davis. Or excuse me, Kleine, it's a shot clock violation with 2:02 left.
Yeah, not a good possession. Great offensive rebound by A'ja Wilson. Might want to go right back to that pick and roll with Davis and Wilson. This time maybe Davis give the ball into Wilson. Reward the big girl when she gets an offensive board for you. When she's your All-American, give her the ball.
McCowan and Wilson tied up. Possession arrow to Carolina. A lot of confidence in this freshman point guard to handle the pressure in this pressure game.
Especially with itty bitty on her.
Yeah.
That's a tough matchup. She's so quick.
Morgan William leading Mississippi State in steals. Shot clock again into single digits, but Kayla Davis has wanted the ball in her hands.
Second offensive rebound in 2 possessions, and that's where the quickness of A'ja Wilson versus Tierra McCowan, she can go get those long rebounds.
South Carolina with 6 offensive rebounds, 2 huge ones. For Wilson, we're under a minute. Alicia Gray, pull up, got the roll.
Gotta look to score quickly here.
Vivians. Nothing doing. Davis gets the rebound. She's fouled by McCowan. South Carolina less than 36 seconds away from another championship. Timeout, Mississippi State.
And A'ja Wilson, this is the one, this is the will, this is the Wilson. And she does the job, and once again, Alicia Gray making big plays down the stretch. Coates is loving it. Teammates stepping up for her.
Helena Coates puts her finger in A'ja Wilson's face before she heads back onto the floor. The last 3 minutes and 22 seconds, Mississippi State has not scored. South Carolina on a 7-0 run after this was a 50-49 game.
And Vic Schaefer just used his last timeout, so now he can't advance the ball. So you're going to look to see them probably, when they get this out of bounds, I would go straight to the bucket, because you know South Carolina's just been told, do not foul.
Gamecocks have scored the last 9 points of this game.
Running a set. It's taking a lot of time off the clock.
Time they don't have. William continuing to dribble. Mississippi State has not hit a three in this game, and now Dillingham forced to foul. Kleine at the line. As the chant of USC echoes around the building. Vivians and William are out, excuse me.
Yeah, Asia's excited. They're getting another ring. She talked about it to start the game. We're going to get another one of these rings. Tierra McCallum with a double-double. She's done all she could.
But it's not going to be enough. Mississippi State did not hit a three. And it's going to be the first time they've not hit a three since the Sweet 16 loss to UConn last year. Make it three for South Carolina. Asia Wilson and the Gamecocks win their third straight title. And this time they do it in front of their adoring South Carolina fans. South Carolina led this game 50-49. And that was it. Mississippi State did not score again. Alicia Gray, who finished with only 2 points with a couple more defensive plays, but Asia Wilson just doing it all.
That's all you've got to say. Asia Wilson willed this team to win. Great play by Kayla Davis as well, but it was a true team effort. But Asia Wilson, she's your All-American, and she's up for National Player of the Year. And you can see why.
Asia Wilson has played in 3 SEC tournaments, and she has won all 3 of them. Dawn Staley gets a hug from her coaching staff, her support staff. Lisa Boyer, Nikki McCray-Penson among her coaches. But Asia Wilson was absolutely brilliant. Steffi Sorensen has Kayla Davis.
Kayla, what an environment. I mean, you came to South Carolina to win a championship. You got an SEC championship today. What's that feeling like?
I mean, like you said, this is it. You know, this is what we play for. This is exactly why I came here to play in these types of games and to be in this type of environment. So it's living a dream.
Describe your performance today. I don't think I've seen you smile as big as you did today.
I'm excited. You know, I'm just excited that I could finally pull this thing together and help my team win this game.
Congratulations on an SEC championship.
Thank you
Great
so much.
performance.
I appreciate it.
23 points for Kayla Davis. She seemed to come up with the big buckets when they needed them most, but Asia Wilson, 15 points, 9 rebounds, 4 blocks, and 3 steals. Not a bad day's work.
Yeah, she did a little bit of everything. And really, on the defensive end, those boards she had the big boards, the ones that really closed that game out.
She only had the 2 offensive rebounds, but you're right. They came there in the 4th quarter when Mississippi State was too close for comfort. And Asia Wilson, they're going to get another ring. They got hats. They got lots to celebrate.
And they've got a #1 seed, more importantly.
Right. They have locked that down.